So at the start of this video, we will not be talking about Pokemon. We will instead be talking about these bozos who got banned. To do so, we will be taking a trip into the life of Dennis the Menace. So, actually no, first we're going to take a trip into the life of Crucify, who woke up Saturday morning and then was scrolling through a particular Discord server and saw this log. So, you see Sorter's board playing ADV, or gets slotted in ADV after being an ORS, and Ka says he should test. And then Sword says he played some versus Glitch to test, right? And Glitch says no you didn't. And then we enter the life of Dennis the Menace. Says, so we're lying now. After Dennis was frustrated with Nathan for generally not being active, he forgot that he needed to play the day before or some shit. And Dennis was bowling. And then this might have been the final straw for Dennis if what occurred next did not. So I hope these screenshots are in the right order. But so next we see the continuation of this log, where we see Unlock Glitch to fight Sorter's board, and then Glitch says, "Dude, that is Tom." And then Sorter's board says it's okay because I 3-0'd him. And Sorter's board obviously used the teams that he was testing. Basically, Tom 5 won't beat Tom 1535. I think those are his numbers. The fake Tom numbers guy. He impersonated board glitched and challenged Sorter's board. Or Sorter's board, yeah, he challenged Sorter's board because Unlock Glitch is first. So, yeah, so that's not good. And for further context, Tom 1535 is on the other team. So Sorter's board teams are now leaked. So fortunately for them, they find out in time and are able to give Sorter's board new teams. And then we'll get to the series after we finish these screenshots. These screenshots courtesy of Board Glitch. You see how the story continues. So this is at the time that this happens. Tom asks if Glitch is online, and then Tom says, "Don't get on PS." This is the funniest. It's actually so funny. Don't get on PS. Just him 5 minutes. Dude, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So this is no accident, obviously. And then this results in actually I should go here first. So it goes to the TE team has received irrefutable evidence that Tom 1535 attempted team leaking in OGPL. Well, he did team leak, but I mean, I guess it was. I mean, he was unsuccessful in his teammate winning, so there was that. Further details were Tom 1535. He tried to incriminate all of his teammates in the 1v1 Discord by posting screenshots of him posting the replays. Then nobody knew that they were team leaked replays, I guess. And neither of their managers were on too, so there's that. Yeah, Tom, I don't know why Tom did it. Decided to do this, but I guess the most likely reason is he just tried to take his entire team down with him. There was some other log that I saw where he was saying he was trying to get Delamon's Dravenage Ecstatic all banned or some shit, which is complete bozo behavior, obviously. Yeah, he ended up just getting himself banned, and his teammate didn't even win, which we'll see. So yeah, Tom gets infracted, which led to him getting banned, and then he gets tour banned from team tournaments until the end of 2023. Bulu obviously doesn't get a replacement. Tour ban from team tournaments is funny. He can still play in I don't know, 1v1 Masters or some shit when that comes around. So yeah, that's his consolation prize. He can't play in PL or World Cup. He would get drafted after this, but yeah. Some would say he shouldn't have gotten drafted for this tour. Yeah. Wooler literally had an imposter among this situation though, huh? They had one of their players try to get everyone banned on their team. That's crazy. That's unprecedented, I think. Just yeah, that was fire. Anyway, now onto this bozo. I talked about this a lot week 1, but yeah, the L Spicy board glitch. This is also courtesy of board glitch. Yeah, undisputable evidence that James purposely drafted L Spicy, knowing that it was an alt. So yeah, James got infracted. To no one's surprise, by the way. Literally no one's surprised. I guess people were surprised that evidence came forward, but and at this time too, 4 weeks into the tour, on a Saturday this came out. So yeah, I don't know. Regardless of how it happened, it did. But yeah, James gets infracted, will not be allowed any authority in tournaments in the future, and will be banned from participating in 1v1 tournaments for 1 year. And also may not participate in the next OGPL. So yeah, then Nick needs a new co-manager, but the one bright spot in the situation, Gangsta SpongeBob would be allowed to remain on the team. I hope he's the new co-manager. I don't know who Nick declared, I don't think that's anywhere. But yeah. Anyway, 2 bozos down. Yeah, this just happened on a Saturday in like a stretch of 3 hours. So that was a banger Saturday, I can't lie. This is honestly a banger week in general. This has been a banger tour so far, honestly. There's like so much funny shit that happened. So looking at how this week happened, how this week ended up being really, I don't want to say cool for the playoff picture, but it made the most interesting playoff picture happen. So Manaphy's and Mulu's tied for the 3rd and 4th place team. So, and then this team that was in 2nd lost, and they lost big too, which is key. So yeah, if we like peek at the standings quick. Oh yeah, and then the last place match, the Ride-Ons won their first week. The Garchomps they win this. Oops. Oh, what? How did I even do that? How is that even possible? Anyway, Spitfire versus Licello is gonna be Act for DJ Brave Illuminati, so it's 3-5. And this is how standings end up at the end of regular season. Snorlax is confirmed first, then Manaphy, Wooloo, and Swallows all have 4 points, but Swallows have less BD because they lost 6 Snorlaxes. And that's why that's key, as we'll see. And yeah, right on Garchomps at the bottom, but still not out, which I'll talk about after talking about Pokemon, I think. Yeah, I'll talk about like some series that happened first. In the interest of time, I'm not gonna talk about this is already so quiet. I don't know why I feel like it's loud. Okay, whatever. I'll talk about Pokemon first. I'm gonna try to focus on the series that mattered for playoffs. Like this was the first versus second seeds, first, second, and then this is the 3rd and 4th seeds. So I'll try to focus on these, but I'll talk about what happened in these series as well, at least a little bit. Predicts. Dude, I don't know why Whaley's Donald Trump asked on. I guess because he did this. He did the same thing as last week, because like Borglish wasn't supposed to play. Predicts. Savage Home versus Chris Numbers. As like on a Tuesday? Tuesday gaming? Jesus. Oh, and a Hero's Destiny also got banned. I believe this was for actually I won't say what it was for. But it had to do with some other people getting punished too. Anyway, I'm just gonna fast click through the series. Dragonite Pact. It's not very good. See this game? Did he go Staraptor here? No, he definitely went Crest here and just won though. Yeah. Oh, but he got a critical hit. Does that matter? Maybe roll. I don't know. This is a Dom team, by the way, and this shit has Ominous Win, so I don't know why I wasn't clear. Maybe it's weaker than people. I don't know. Anyway, oh, this is ORS usage. I gotta talk about it for a reason. See, this game does not have a good Heracross matchup and gets backwashed for it. I mean, he has a Jirachi that wins, but it's still not a definite Heracross matchup. In this game, not a good Jirachi matchup. Sweep and Pack. Energy Ball, by the way. Should probably be Grassland, no? I don't know. Anyway, it's just Savage. Put him up on 0. See, predicts. Marshmallow EDB. Oh yeah, this is versus Freddy. I'm like gonna click through this like really fast. This is Venusaur 3-0. This was Marshmallow like didn't get a crit, but he froze. But unfortunately he didn't get enough freeze turns. No crit is kind of crazy. No crit in 16 and it only needs 1 to win. Crazy. This game, Agility turn 1 I think is a throw. HPI not breaking sub is like not expected though. But this is clearly like Pokesard. In this game, the Jam Backwatch. I guess the crit first try, but obviously didn't matter. Unless he missed all of his cross chops. See Virgie versus Lumi. Where's the Heracross game? It's the only noteworthy game. So yeah, this game I'll just let play. There's a GIF for this game. I honestly don't think this GIF is like. I don't think this game is as bad as it looks. because this was a 62.5 roll, I think. And then, yeah. I mean, I feel like Lumi should have just SD'd again, because if you click Encore there, you're a stunner, and it's Fergie. But, yeah, that was still an unfortunate roll. I don't remember what happened game 5. So quick. Oh, it was just Custep Empo. Okay. Well, I don't know if that was Custep actually. Maybe it was Specs. I feel like it was Custep though. It was just hard Hydro Cannon. Anyways, Nathan Sawyer's board. Okay, so here we go to the team leaked series. Let's go through it. So, I mean, this was like kind of bot game 1. You see like Max Speed Hariyama fight a Machamp. Max Speed banned Hariyama. It ends up being a speed tie. I didn't know it was a speed tie. Why do they speed tie? Interesting. And in this game, we see Nathan Sawyer's board get lucky, save Oxide miss, save Oxide again, save flinch. We see Nathan hit all 3 rock slides, which is possible, I guess. I didn't even know that was possible. Wow. Yeah, Nathan did actually end up getting pretty lucky. Oh yeah, he gets a crib with return this game. This should matter. Like King just should be broke for this, but yeah, that was unlucky. So yeah, Sarsborg got pretty lucky this series. This was I think this was not a good mess from Eevee Kid, but I don't know. I don't know where his Blissey counter is. It's like Blissey counter Blissey. Like when I saw this preview, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a Blissey mirror. Let's go. But didn't happen. Yeah, GG's. Akaras beat Maki. There was like 5 Meloettas picked this series, I think. Or like 5 Melos brought, I think. I'm just gonna look. I think Maki clicked Melo like every game. Okay, Maki threw this game. Like HP Fire for no reason. This game, Meloetta. This game, Meloetta. This game, 2 Meloettas. But one of them is Relic Song with text. Text for like custom users, I think. I think like when Logan made that the first time. Yeah. And then this was like, Maki got kind of unlucky with the 4-hit. But I think Maki can click like other moves there and win. Like clicking other moves there, there's the counter. So I guess it's like kind of a 50-50. But I guess it's a skewed 50-50 because Rock Blast can miss and then not get 4 hits. So shrug. I don't unfortunate anyway. Okay, this series I didn't watch. I like haven't watched this series, so I'm gonna click through it. This is already taking forever though. I was gonna say in the interest of time, I'm not gonna talk about every series. But it's only been 13 minutes actually, I think we're fine. We see Golem. We see Jirachi Pack. Side guard being broken though. We see an Ambipom not get picked. Oh. Oh, Frosty. I mean, okay, this Vic 3-0'd him, so yeah. Yeah, Frosty brings his team every series. Oh, nice stuff. Oh, nice miss. That was unfortunate. This is a Dookie Incineroar. I guess, what? Why did he go? Or I mean, Dookie Zera. What was this? I guess it was banned for guard. You have an Ambipom. Oh, is this a Pinsir W? Yes, it is. I ran Stone Edge and 1 there, by the way, is Chera. Metagross. Ooh, Magnarize. The Metagross 2-1 since I had Magnarize. Crazy. Okay, then game 7. Lancer was down 0-3 by the way. Okay, so Mega turn 1. Will-O-Wisp. This weakness policy? Yeah, I assume it is because it won. It's UCDD again. Yeah, it was weakness policy. Alright, GG's across the board. You know, waterfall, no? Wait, I don't think it mattered. Might have mattered. Should have went for the flinch though. You get a second chance to flinch. And I don't think +2 killed. Okay, so Earthquake versus Cave. Swallows are up 1-0 at this time. Obviously, Clefable W, Emilio Johnson. In this game, they like both insta-click, and then Earthquake clicks Adios. Dude, I don't know how Earthquake will beat Pokerona TBH. Maybe just spit F Conk, and then Earth read that Cave would go Medi on it. Oh, that's my prediction. It could also just be HP Rockaladios and hope for no Chardy, but unclear. Could also be Fly / Giga Impact Genesect, also possible. I feel like you would pick that here, so maybe not. We also saw him bring that team another game. So, or yeah, in the game 4. So when we saw it was Specs Psychic, and then Cave also brought the same preview. So, yeah. Earthquake was favored there because it was Specs. This game, we see Specs Suicune get picked in the kill, but it's not HP Grass, so he's defeated. I don't know if HP Grass even won versus Fighting Gem. I feel like it didn't. Anyway, so yeah, Cave defeats Earthquake. Obviously, Delmon versus Dennis the Menace. Which is kind of key. I think it was like 1-1 at the time of this. Oh, no, it was 1-2. And Dennis had to try to bring it back. Fortunately, game win, he's defeated by Thunderous. It's not Rest Crest, or not Stall Crest. Or I feel like Taunt Moltres can maybe win. But it wasn't that, it seems. In this game, Dennis hard Hydro Cannons, which I do not know why he did that. I think your play is to like Encore turn 1, or just like hope that the set's bad and Moonblast or something. I don't know. In this game, this is a Haxorus W. This game, Delamon brings the Thunderous team again, but he is defeated. This team does not have a good Dragon Pult matchup. This game, so Spectre W. And then Delamon's up 3-2, equal to the game 5. Dennis does not have a good Kyurem matchup. He has a Celesteela, but did not end up picking into it. I don't know why he opted for Landorus instead of Purina. Maybe he thought Landorus had better odds versus this. It's like the only thing I can conclude. I mean, I did have Smackdown, but like, I don't know, but he just got ice moved. I feel like Prim was just better onto the Incen, and maybe you have better odds versus Kyurem. You can encore it, maybe. But yeah, Delamon beats Dennis. See Gorilla vs. Toll, SMB07. This Snorlaxers were down 0-2 at this time. We went from 0-2 to 6-2, by the way, which we'll watch. We see Dragonite W. Dude, how did Outrage just 2 KO this land? What land was this? So confused. I think I don't know. The hell that game confused me. This game, Domfan W. The Domfan 1-2 winning, crazy. In this game, it was kind of a Chad side guard on T-Tar. I don't know what this T-Tar was into actually. Maybe just into the Pidgeot. He's a Mellow. Oh, maybe it's into Ferrothorn. That's like Fire Punch or something. I was pretty fizzed up because it lived the Dragonium. In this game, Toll is not able to hit 3 Leaf Storms and loses versus Surface Bulu. That was unfortunate. Anyway, Autumn versus SMB. I'm probably not gonna watch this series. Actually, I guess I'll like click through it fast. See. Yeah, I brought Red Darn, but it was defeated by Spec Shaman. Also a Scarf. In this game, Onage. This game. Oh. Ready Berry. Flinch. Down the flinch didn't matter. Just found out after. SMB said like deserved in the chat, and then got karma for it. Game 5. With the high jump kick crits, which is unfortunate for him. So yeah, SMB gets robbed with the 4-0, which is unfortunate. The Spitfire called Axe. Apparently Lucillo forgot about the time change in Europe. So, and then like had to reschedule, and then Spitfire said no. I was like pretty last minute reschedule, I believe. Leah Beast beat like, who did he play? Oh, MREX? Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the series. Oh, game 5. I feel like the Starmie was semi-obvious here, because Salamence is your only 2-1. and like Leobeast is a newer player, so they're picking the 2-1s a lot. So that was just a note. I think, yeah, it's armchairing, but that's just how I viewed that game. ETC versus Bomb 21 XD. Bomb did not say the replays that he won, so that was interesting. Dreamcatcher Uwu is what DC stands for. He's a Food Wars avatar. It's kind of raw. Anyway, this is a lesson on how to see Team Bomb. You see Dragapult. Very few of Bomb's teams defeat Dragapult. Azu beats it. But with and then with Sub you beat the Cussed Up Dragons. So good C team from Jacob. And then we see Tapu Lele. Okay, we see this literal soul read here. Let me reset. You see the soul read here? So like, since it's seed, it definitely lives Custap Sludge Wave. DC just CM turn 1 and owned. That was kind of raw. In this game, we see Jacob be bad with Grassland as the C team, but it like doesn't even kill and it ends up being a roll. Yeah, Jacob's slightly bad for that one, but it ends up working out. So Potato Chan successfully defeats Bomb. 1GG, thanks for the predicts buff. I didn't watch the series, so I'm gonna look at it. How am I doing on time? 20 minutes? Ooh, it's going really fast actually. Yo, this is a Bolfer team. This is probably Nick passed this. Is my suspicion. Nice, he's not gonna doubt W. It was Fire so it beat meta. Plus it's like same with meta. In this game, the Shadow Claw gets 3-0'd by Metagross. I mean that's a joke because he has side guard, but he's still defeated by Metagross. This game, dude, you really brought this, huh? This is like a Bolfer like super jank lure team. And then he gets popped by a Victini because this team does not defeat Victini. This one, I don't think this is a Bolfer team. Regardless, this is not a good grand matchup. Wait, Z conversion. Interesting. I guess this yeah, I guess that makes sense for like mad guys. But this is Dragonium too. Dude, Zygarde plus Gare is kind of weird. Maybe it's Fly Z Gare. But it's also HP Fire Z. How does that make sense? I don't know. Zygarde plus Gare seems like pretty weird to me. Those mons seem redundant with each other. What do I know? Alright, Drip Legend vs David. I give Drip teams the series. He gets like Turbo matchup too. This is like Venu 3-0. This is also a Ripe 3-0 unless it's Magnavized Diancie. So yeah, he just goes Chungus Mega on Jumpluff. Infestation, by the way. It's interesting. I think Derek. I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Derek made a 7 Infestation. In this game, Ecstatic like does not defeat Sylveon. And he also had a Metagross 2-1, but he decided to pick D-Knight, which also 2-1. Yeah. He had Surf, by the way, he just decided not to pick it. I guess that's correct in case it's like weakness policy and you need to cheese. So yeah, that was correct. He was risking this. In this game, I'll let play normally, because Drip through. Just Drip through and then lost to Regigigas. Psyshock did nothing, by the way. Holy. You see a Pup. You see an Encore. So, okay. Drip Legend starts clicking Icy Wind, which is definitely not the play. I feel like you just Psyshock into Hyper Beam, or Psyshock twice into Hyper Beam if you're frisky. Instead, he spams Icy Wind, not remembering what, one, not remembering Aura's pair, but two, forgetting about Slow Start, because, like, yeah, that's a career under right there. But fortunately, brings his team again, and he is able to defeat Regigigas this time. Excitable, like, yeah, Ancient Power turn 1, I'm guessing he doesn't have Earth Power. I guess he doesn't have Earth Power or Dark Pulse. Or he just played around plus that, which is an insane read. So, I don't know. It wasn't the helmet either. So, I mean, this should be specs damage. 67. Pretty big move. I don't know. The HGs. Okay, Xander vs. Waylon, I also didn't watch this series. Oh, what is happening here? Is it going wishy-washy? It does. Yeah. ice cream. Oh, it's Specs Wishy-Washy. Also the scarf. The scarf. I'm pretty sure it was Specs. Yeah, that beats Metagross. This game seems gross. Here we go, here's from Coco. Yeah, Coco doesn't defeat Aromatisse. Right. Yeah, that was not a good Aromatisse matchup. I was probably like AV Ozzy for it with Iron Tail. What happened this game? Okay, Ninetales. Asthma. Oh god. Someone say bless you for me, please. Um, okay, so that was just there beating Ninetales. Okay. This game finally brought the standard. Oof, ND21W. Aviante. Look at that. Interruption. Okay. I think my voice functions again. Oh my god, not this series, dude. Proterra versus Lit, dude. Oh my god, not this series. Alright, this game we see two Heatran guard cores, and then Proterra picks into Heatran, and then Lit just picks Hoopa. That's a banned Hoopa. Pretty sure Scarf literally loses. This may be fast for guard, and then maybe guard slow, so maybe a 3-0. This game Lit does not defeat Genesect, but Torterra makes a good play in case there's a lure and just goes Gara. We end up seeing Stunnaboy Gren, so I guess he defeated non-Scarf Gen. So yeah, Torterra made a good play. Stunnaboy, this Gren says for Mawile with its Fire as the last move. It's also pretty good versus Sard with the Rock Tomb and Helmet and Hydro. So yeah, we see Raging God Squad versus Slacking. Torterra picks in the Slacking, doesn't pick the Metagross 2-1, Punish. Wait, not a pick in the Slacking, pick with the Heat, man. Excuse me. But yeah, no Metagross 2-1, so Punish. Game 4. Metagross is a 1-2 here, so I can understand why he didn't pick it. Goes Gren. He's defeated. T-Punch Gara, T-Punch Lop for Gara, which makes sense on his team. Then we go to the game 5, which I'm just gonna let play, and we're just gonna watch. I think Torterra knew what he did this game, and his teammates. The first, what I want to say at the start is like, Lit did a Mega because he wanted to get. Okay, I can get pause. He did a Mega because he has static pair of odds, but like, Torterra like completely messed this up by clicking disable here. Especially as we'll see later, it had Will-O-Wisp. You can just Will-O-Wisp and then like Encore him into infinity. And then it's just never a win. And then if he wants to, you can do the Encore disable loop by waiting a turn and then clicking disable and then clicking Encore. And then that's how you do the loop. But Torterra unfortunately misplayed it. So Lit's able to rest. And then we end up seeing Toxic Ampharos, which means this is like the stall set from like 5 years ago. Which I think is Eerie Impulse last. So that's kind of funny to see, but yeah, that was an unfortunate display from Torterra that ends up being pretty big for playoffs because of BD. So, that was huge. This game, I had to love React's post because this was a series of all time, to say the least. We obviously have to watch this. Also because of the 7-game best of 7, so we have to watch it. I still have time. This one will for sure be below an hour, and I still have 30 minutes, so yeah. So chunk this one's game 1 with a motherfucking Discharge Coco, which I support. Always get that pair. Then game 2, we just let play normally. I'll find them fast actually. So we see Lando in the Swampert, so that's Pack Watch. Yawn, obviously. Endure, which means it's Patea. Patea activates, which means it's Hydro Cannon, but Hydro Cannon misses. And then Charm gets the 1-turn sleep, wakes up, and then wins. So Charm gets lucky that game. This game, Echoes ult, It's a Crustle, see Rock Blast, 1 hit, 2 hits, no 3 hits, and we see Charm Soul Smash, goodbye Draco's ult. That game I'd say is like, that game, World Balance is 47, I don't know if I believe that. Um, it's probably true, because it's, first of all, you have to hit Rock Blast through Hustle, and then you have to get more than 2 hits, so that was not like greatly in Jacob's favor, but we're gonna say that Charm lucked that game anyway. Um, this game, why didn't it give me an option for music off? I hate this. This see in the sky, we see it on a balloon. See down click, that did 31 by the way, because this is Zen mode. Unfortunately, we see the Diamond Storm raise, so that was probably a roll, but probably a roll in Jacob's favor. 3 to 36. Oh, he like min rolled the first one. I see. Yeah, Zen mode is stronger than regular Darn G, so he's probably not a roller from those rolls, I guess. That was like a low roll on the Zen Darn Icicle Crash, and then a low roll on this too, so that was unfortunate, plus the raise. So Jacob goes down 1-3 after getting luck 3 times. I mean, the Drake was out being hustle, obviously, but then Chungus decides it's time to play. Then taunts turn 1, which I believe is correct. I think that's just always winning. I don't know if Flare Blitz twice to KOs. Wow. Yeah, and regardless, Chungus wins, and then he decides to bring a Cloister. Charm does, like, not really beat Aromatisse, I think. So, yeah. The counter's Urshifu, I guess, and that's defeated. You see no Cloister get picked, unfortunately. And then, so Jacob brings it to game 7. And he gets Coco and Autolycus. I'm guessing Blissey was the answer versus this. And then Charm just picked Hogan to Dracovish. Yeah. This was basically a 7-0. Chat kind of explodes. Chat pops off a little bit. So yeah, we can say that was a 6-1 at least. That was at least a 6-1, I'd say. Then the Hustle Draco's game just is what it is. So yeah, that was a banger series, honestly. And that put them up 4-2, I believe, winning 4 straight. And then Close XY finishes it. We'll see. He gets a fortunate roll this game, which was a 37.5, like he said in his post. 37.5 for Chomp to live, 62.5 for Bless to kill, Bless F1 to kill. In this game, we see a banned aggro on W, doesn't need Fire Punch. His Bold leads to turn 1. I guess that's for Mega Aggron, but it's banned, so defeated. In this game, Bolt does not defeat Maul while Mega, since we just don't beat Maul nowadays. Maybe it'd be no Fire Fang, maybe. It actually didn't, because play rough twice in the sucker would have been if it's not Fire Fang. So yeah, close defeats Fire Rings. And then we see, okay, dude, I don't even want to watch this series. Davis to Lucario? Ugh. I have to click through because it's funny though. Just because like I like roasting P8. So yeah, so first, we see a common Venu W. Lost to Tran, but I'm guessing this Mega Otaria was picked with the ground and it's like Giga Impact on Malt. This game we see motherfucking Quagsire get brought, and we see PA not defeat Metagross Mega. So, and then Metagross Mega gets picked. Hydro Cannon turn 1 for no reason whatsoever. And then we see PA just being in this team every game that just loses the Metagross Mega. We see no Gen get picked here, which is also strange. I guess this is expecting HP Fire on Venu, and just wanted to go Charizard into Venusaur, but PA goes Grand and sends that start packing. And we see the same previous game too, and we see PA lose to Metagross Mega again because his team loses to Metagross Mega. He has the sense to go for Dark Pulse Flinch this time. He said Jesus in the chat turn 1, by the way, so I thought that this is going to be HP Fire Ground, which would have won, but Jesus, bro. Then Lucario correctly matches this time, because he T-punched last time. And then we see CPA bring the Solar team with Umbreon and Milotic. And then Lucario brings Raging God Squad. Okay, this game is literally the reason why Raging God Squad's like not good anymore. Because without Zardwai, like Zardwai was doing a lot of heavy lifting for this team in the past, and now it's no longer like Zardwai's banned. So now it gets 3-0 by Umbreon. This is technically a 50-50. If Zard hard outrages, then Zard wins if with the foul play. But this was not like a very offensive Zard by like outrage doing 46 and then foul play doing 43. If it's just max attack Zard, then outrage 2 KOs, and then PA has the charm on that, I believe, and then charm wins. So it's a 50-50, but PA just foul plays. Foul play wins versus the other sets, SD and belly drum. So it has some set guessing on Umbreon's part, but Umbreon nevertheless emerges victorious, and then Romanian GG's indeed. Alright, so Euphanos, the week's over, but the game still happens, obviously. This game, we see someone finally bring Scarf Trick Crest into Euphanos, but unfortunately this time he has a Metagross, so he's defeated. The crit, I mean, doesn't really matter. Euphanos has to miss a lot and get no raises, so yeah, this is not really a game that's never chooses favor. It also could have been Specs Raikou with Shadow Ball, which has pretty good odds versus Crest. So yeah, Euphanos came prepared for Scarf Trick Crest this series, which is cool. In this game, we see a Kun get picked, which is Wakon. However, Ampharos just clicks charge, and we just see them spam charge a bunch. And then Herbichuser decides to forfeit on turn 8, which I can only assume means that it is choice locked. I don't think choice lock Kun's very good, but I think that's the only explanation for forfeit. If he wasn't any forfeited, it's just a throw. So I hope that was not the case. Herbichuser has to get a ton of turns right. Like an absurd amount, but I'll still never forfeit. That's just never forfeit in general. In this game, if it's Levitate Bronzong, it's a Bronzong W. Or Levitate Band, I should say, which it is. And considering it's Euphanos, it could be either. If it was Stall, it lost to Clef. I'm guessing Crest was picked into Infernape. Yeah. So yeah, Herbichuser just gets 3-0 in like a series that took like 5 minutes. Or more like 10 minutes realistically. Then we see Nick versus Bo Bobson, which was the decider for the Garchomps versus Rhydon series, which decided both of their teams' playoff fates. Bo Bobson lost this game, their team is out. Garchomp, Nick did lose this game, and then Rhydon's put themselves in a decent position for playoffs. This game, Haxorus was kind of dookie pick, I think. I guess that was just into Zapdos. And Heatran was not a defeater of Zapdos, so I guess that makes sense. This game we see Murmduck get brought, or Murmuck. We see Shiny Zapdos Galar, Regidrago, maybe AB Regidrago, unclear. Nevertheless, Nick clicks into Custap, Bulbs Option tries to break in the swipe and then knock at the roll. But he gets the roll. Defiant didn't matter because Vapor definitely killed. He just needed to not get into Custap range. We got some ammunition for the banned Custap video from that game. This game, Nick successfully picks an 0-3. It might have been Charge Beam for Crest, and that was the counter instead of going for like Encore Prim. That's like my only explanation for this game. This game, Nick gets 3-0'd by 3 Pokemon. Like Lele, like for sure 3-0s, I think. Then I'm pretty sure it's Custap Drago though, and that's the counter to the other two. So he picks it, but he does not defeat Tapu Lele's. He's defeated. In this game, I'll let play normally. This was kind of banger from Bo Bobson. See Spectre versus Bulu. Bo Bobson thinks for 60 seconds turn 1, and then decides to disable turn 1, reading the Spectre, which is good for, like, you know, Rillaboom, I suppose, on this team. So yeah, that was a good play from Bo Bobson, who improves to 3-1. He's been having a really good tour, and yeah, really good showings from Bo Bobson this tour. He's like coming into his own in best of 7, I guess. After not doing great in World Cup. It's only badges moderator. It's kind of banger. Anyway, this series I have a whole video on that I'm gonna that I'll link in this post. So I recommend watching this series live just for what happened. I have to say, like the game 3, like I I don't remember a chat moment in like the past year that was like the chat blew up this much. So that was really cool. Obviously, unfortunate for Joker and the rest of Wooloo that it happened to them, but that was a really cool moment. Pretty exciting. And so yeah, I guess ORAS usage now, and then I'll talk about week 5. Also have to check if let me see if week 5's up actually. Week 5 is not up at the time of this video. ORAS usage is notable because Charizard is not number 1. You see Metagross Mega has number 1. Only one more use though. But hey, just imagine if there wasn't these 18 Mawwows and people were using a different steel type. Woof. Yeah, huge Zard usage, or I mean huge meta usage. Yeah, I don't even know like I want to go back and look at how many of the Metagross teams are without Zard. But there's like the meta Ampharos and the meta Grand Larios that Lit brought this week. I wonder what else. And there's obviously been Zard teams without meta, because you know. But I would like assume not a lot. Like I would guess this pair's been used like 8 times. I'm pretty sure I can put the replays into EO and then I can look at that actually. In fact, I'm just gonna do that right fucking now. Here's my replays. This should be a thing. Okay, EO. Replay stats, replay URLs. This is how easy it is to do usage, by the way. Okay. So moves and teammates. What's happening? Okay, so combos. Oh, okay. So rank 1 because it's number 1 usage. Then we see its moves, and then we see its teammates. So it's been used with Charizard 9 times, but it actually doesn't have a great win rate. It's been used with Grand 7 times. This is Derek Squad. This is like other variants of Derek Squad, I guess. Yeah, and then Metagross is also the most picked mon. I believe this is the most picked mon then. And then it's won 7 out of 9 games it's picked. That's crazy, actually. Damn. Gotta love statistics. What is the highest win rate core? Venusaur Victini? Oh yeah, that's like with the Ripe team. Yeah, Venusaur is super broken, by the way. If we look at the usage stats, 73% win rate. Oof, oof. I feel like it's only gonna get higher too. Yeah, this is like really broke right now. If you look at it next to the rest of the mons, like there's to some Victini, but beat a lot that people use because people use trash weakness policy. And we're like Mexican versus Zard, but we can win. We lose the meta, we beat Maw. We can beat Heatran, but not really. We can beat Gran. We beat Malt, we beat Gare, we beat Slowbo, we beat Manaphy, we beat Sumguard, we can beat Magnezone. We can beat Genesect, we can beat Lop. We lose the Gar, we lose to this, what's this? So yeah, Venusaur just beats so many mods right now, it's actually crazy. Talking about Sleep Powder, obviously. I think Sleep Powder might need to catch a ban, honestly. Because it's so OP on Venusaur. Like, not even because it's, like, uncompetitive. Like, Venusaur is just, like, broken. But this is also maybe a symptom of low, like, Deoxys speed usage is pretty low. Mew usage is, like, Mew is at 1 usage, and then people say this mod's broken. I would say, like, the quote-unquote broken ambiguous mods just, like, don't have good win rates. I would say that they're not being used very well right now. Because like we saw a lot of people just loading custom Manaphy on repeat, just no tech. We saw some tech on DOS, but it's still not doing well. Mew's just not being used. Mew's been used the same as like Heracross, Umbreon, Milotic, bro. Are you kidding me? There's been more Regigigas than all of these mods combined, like Mew, Dragonite. Ugh. But yeah, it's obviously only week 4 of the tour. Even at the end of the tour, it won't be a great snapshot of the meta, but It'll have to be an up, yeah. Because there won't be another RS2 until the actual PL. But yeah, I think RS, like, it was definitely trash at the start of the tour, but it's been improving, is what I'd say. Anyway, so for the final part of this video, talk about playoffs. I have 15 minutes to do it too. Yeah, this is how standings ended up. Like I mentioned at the beginning, Swallows using 6-2 ended up being huge for them, because otherwise they would be tied with Manaphy's and Wooloo. And then a lot of the scenarios would be different for them. Like as it stands, Swallows literally have no scenario where they tiebreak, which we can see in here. So first let's read the TLDR. Snorlaxes are confirmed first because they have 7. The next best team has 4. And then teams with 4 points, which are these 3, control their destiny, which means if they win, they're in. But if they lose, they still have hope. If they tie, they also still have hope. Pretty sure if they tie, they at least have a tiebreak. That is, if the Manaphy's tied, they at least have a tiebreak unless Rhydons win big. Like regardless of this, there's some scenarios where both Manaphy's and Wooloo tie. They could both make it in, but it depends on the Rhydons versus the Snorlaxes. Then there could be a tiebreak there. I go through all of it. I think these are there's 100% errors, but most of it is right, is what I'll say. And then yeah, just before I talk about some specific things that are cool, or not, I'm not gonna say they're cool, but that are interesting and funny that could happen. All the teams are still in playoffs, which is really funny. I guess like these teams just like took turns beating and tying each other, I guess. But yeah, it turns out the Rhydons and the Garchomps are both in. Yeah, for the matchups week 5, by the way, Snorlaxes versus Rhydons, Garchomps versus Manaphy's, and then Wooloo versus Swalot. They're pretty cool, honestly. A lot of the tiebreak scenarios rely on a lower seeded team beating a higher seeded team, so those would be funny. But stranger things have happened in 1v1, I would say. So anyway, yeah, confirmed first seed. Is this really the only tie scenario? It might be. I think the only, like, think other tie scenarios just lead to them being out. Yeah, like, the other tie scenarios just lead to them being out or in. Because if Wooloo also tie, then if, like, Rhydons lose and then Wooloo also tie, they have better BD than Swallots, if Manaphy's tie. So there's no tiebreak there. That's just like one major instance of the Swallots losing 6-2 being big. And yeah, we have the 4-way tiebreak, which will happen if Manaphy's lose by 5-3, and then Swallots win, and then Rhydons tie. And then there'll be a 4-way tiebreak, and the 4-way tiebreak will be at 4 points minus 2 BD. Because if Garchomps win, they'll be at 4 points minus 2, Manaphy's lose, 4 points minus 2, Wooloo lose 4 points minus 2, Rhydons tie, they'll be at 4 points minus 2. So yeah, and then Swallots will have 1 in that scenario, so they'll be the second seed. Snorlax is obviously their first seed still. Then there'll be 4 teams for 1 spot. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I know how that's gonna work. So yeah, there's a couple other scenarios where I don't know. Yeah, if Rhydons win 5-3 and Manaphy's lose and the Swallots tie, Wooloo and Rhydons will have the same BD. Like Wooloo tie 5 points 0 BD, and then Rhydons win 5-2, they'll have 5.0 BD. Then Manaphy's lose, they'll be out. Garchomps can't hit 5 points, they'll be out. So and then by BD the Swallows will be out, and then the Rhydons pass them. I don't know how seeding would work between them, whether it's a tiebreak or a coin flip or head to head. I think those are all possible. So there's one other heinous one. Oh yeah, there's a tiebreak for 2 spots. Yeah, if Rhydons win 5-3 and the Manaphy's tie, and the Swallows tie, then there'll be a 3-team tiebreak for 2 playoff spots, which is like damn, because you play a tiebreak with 2 other teams, right? But then the 2 teams that make it out then play each other again. So like you're playing the same team over and over, which would be funny. But I would say that would be heinous. I would think that would be heinous for the teams of both. Like playing the same team over and over again. Ugh. especially in a tiebreak when you can just tiebreak again during the week. I think it would be interesting from a spectator's point of view, aka mine, but as the players playing, that would be eh. So yeah, and yeah, Swallows because of their BD. These are the only possible scenarios. Oh yeah, and then one more thing for the scenarios. Um, I only have the scenarios where like they're in a tiebreak. Besides this one, I said the Manapees are out. But I tried to only include the ones where they're in or out instead of just putting like a wall of scenarios. So each of these are catered to each team. It's like obviously it's possible the Manapees lose 6-2, but if they lose 6-2, they're out. So I didn't put that. But I do have some, because it's a relevant scenario for some other teams like the Garchomps, obviously. I have that. So yeah. Um, so yeah, pretty hype week 5. Um, I guess I'll see you next week for the next recap. I'll see you around spectating the games. Peace.